Welcome to today's financial news update from QuantByte.io. The Vanguard Healthcare ETF, VHT, has significant insider buying activity, with 21.3% of its holdings experiencing purchases by insiders over the past 6 months. One notable company within this ETF is United Health Group Inc., UNH, which accounts for a substantial 5.26% of VHT's portfolio. Corn futures rose by 1 to 2.25 cents, with the national average cash corn price increasing by 1.75 cents to $3.70.24. USDA data shows a significant surge in corn export shipments, reaching 1.129 million metric tons, 44.47 million bushels, during the week ending on October 9, a 119.74% increase from previous levels. Cotton futures experienced losses, ranging from 8 to 25 points across various contracts. Additionally, the US dollar index decreased by $0.215 to $98.815, and crude oil prices fell by $0.85 per barrel. In related news, a recent online auction yielded 628 bales sold at an average price of 60.94 cents per pound. The wheat complex experienced an increase in value across 3 markets. Soft red wheat futures saw a price rise of $0.03 to $0.04 per contract, while Kansas City HRW futures rose by $0.06 to $0.07.25 per contract. Minneapolis spring wheat futures also showed gains. The U.S. stock markets showed mixed results, with the Dow Jones Industrials Index rising by 0.44%, while the S&P 500 Index declined by 0.16%. The Nasdaq 100 Index, however, fell more significantly, dropping by 0.69%. Equity futures also pointed to a lower opening, with December E-mini S&P and Nasdaq futures falling by 0.2% and an unspecified percentage respectively. Sugar prices rebounded strongly on Tuesday, driven by a weaker U.S. dollar that led to short covering in sugar futures. The March New York World Sugar contract rose by plus 1.73%, while the December London ICE white sugar contract gained plus 1.53%. Coffee prices settled mixed on Tuesday, with Arabica increasing by plus 14.45, plus 3.75%, and Robusta decreasing by minus 1.40%. Arabica prices reached a 3.5-week high, driven primarily by forecasts of severe drought in Brazil. Soybean prices continued to decline, falling by 2 to 3 cents midday. The national cash price is now $9.30 3/4, down 3 cents from previous levels. In contrast, soy meal and soy oil futures saw increases of 50 cents per ton and 7 to 12 points respectively. Sugar prices have rebounded, with the March New York contract rising by 1.6% and the December London ICE contract increasing by 0.74%. The price increase is attributed to a weaker U.S. dollar, which has led to some investors covering their short positions in sugar futures. Some investors may consider holding on to certain digital assets for their potential long-term value and rarity. Cornet Digital Limited, a print-on-demand company, has secured an increased investment from UK-based Snuggle in its Cornet Atlas Max Plus direct-to-garment platform. Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, GS, is identified as a top performer according to the Pim van Vliet-inspired multi-factor investor model. The model focuses on selecting stocks with low volatility characteristics. Adobe Incorporated, ADBE, has been identified as a top pick by the PB Growth Investor Model, developed by Partha Mohanram. The model's key criteria is finding companies with low book-to-market ratios and strong growth potential. Home Depot Incorporated, HD, is identified as a top pick by Validia's multi-factor investor model, based on the strategy of Pim van Vliet. The model favors low volatility stocks with strong fundamentals, indicating HD as a potential investment opportunity. Chevron Corporation's stock has been identified as a top pick by the PE/growth investor model, inspired by Peter Lynch's strategy. The key factor driving this recommendation is Chevron's valuation, with its price-to-earnings ratio compared favorably to its growth prospects. Stay informed with quantbyte.io for the latest financial news.